Mr. Wolf, and I thought it
Mr.
was
Chairman.
important to give
She
him an
yielded back her
opportunity
time. He
to
can speak on
respond.
someone else's
But
time.
the gentleman, I will recognize the gentleman's point well taken.
Thank you.
And proceed to Mr. Nehls.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want everybody in this room to know, every member on this panel, this committee, to know that I'm the only one that has arrested an illegal alien that has been deported 6 previous times for killing one of my senior citizens when I was sheriff of Fort Bend County, Texas. I just want everybody to know that. All right. I have several different things I would like to discuss in my 5 minutes. Mr. Melnick, I'm paraphrasing some of your testimony. You said that in order to effectively execute our immigration laws, Congress must provide additional resources. Is that correct?
That's right, especially when it comes to adjudication. With a 2 million case backlog, we are not funding the immigration courts enough.
Today, I believe, I'll paraphrase again, I'm here to talk about complicated reality of enforcing immigration laws at the border.
That's right.
What's complicated about 212F?
Well, 212F in particular is quite complicated because it cannot be applied at the border to turn away asylum seekers. The Trump administration tried that in fall of 2018. That was struck down by a court in California, upheld by the Ninth Circuit, and the Supreme Court declined to overturn that decision.
Well, we talk a lot about Title 42, and we talk about when Title 42 went away. It's my understanding, anybody on the panel can pipe in if you'd like, Title 42 dealt with the COVID, the pandemic, public health emergency. Is that right?
That's right. Title 42 was a CDC policy invoked in March of 2020 when the pandemic hit.
When I look at 212F, and I guess I'm just a simple man, when I look at 212F, it's been around since, I guess, 1956. It's been used many, many times, actually 1952. Every president since 1981 has used it at least once. Trump used it. They beat up on Trump when he did his little travel ban, but the Supreme Court upheld that and said he can do that, and he did. It's been used by Trump. He used it in the first week of office. Obama used it 19 times. Bush used it 6. Clinton used it 12. Bush before used it once. Reagan used it 5 times. And when you look at what that 212F is, and it seemed like, or 212F is, this is it. Everybody needs to take a look at it. Let me read it. Section 212F of the INA. Whenever the president finds that the entry of any aliens or any class of aliens into the United States would be detrimental to the interests of the United States, he may by proclamation, and for such period as he deem necessary, suspend the entry of all aliens or any class of aliens as immigrants or non-immigrants, or impose on the entry of any aliens or restrictions that he may deem appropriate. It was used several times, 69 times in the past several years, dating back to 1980. Mr. Wolf, how do you feel about 212F? Are we not instead of providing all these resources and asking for more support, why can't we just say, let's get 212F? The Supreme Court has ruled that Trump used it when he had his travel ban. Let's just shut down the border, use 212F until we can get some operational control.
Well, Congressman, the Trump administration, particularly when we talked about the travel restrictions, used 212F effectively to make sure that we got more information sharing than we ever got from basically every other country around the world. Look, I think the conversation that I continue to hear is we need more resources and we need Congress to fix this crisis, and that is just not correct. This administration has all the authority and all the power that it needs to secure the border today. And I know that because we did it during the Trump administration. It wasn't perfect. I'm not saying that it was. But we did it effectively, and it became the most secure border in our lifetime. And so they can talk about more resources. You can talk about how it's difficult and how it's hard and how we don't have enough resources. That does not mean that you exempt whole classes of individuals from law or you categorically parole individuals into the country. If all of these individuals that they're paroling in really need asylum protections, Why aren't they bringing them in as asylees or refugees?
Yeah.
They're bringing them in as parolees.
I've got 10 seconds. Thank you, Mr. Wolf. I will say this. Donald Trump has been the best president in my lifetime. And when he comes back in 2024, 212F needs to be used. We need to shut down our southern border until we have operational control and save America. I yield back.